debated from our thoughts was just the red elemental blast and
Yeah.
the spell pierce, and
Yep.
it ended up like essentially being the same.
Yeah.
It was a 1 mana counter for counterspell, um, and the other card was also a blue card that
Yeah,
it
that's
countered,
true.
so it
That's true.
didn't end up mattering.
All right, so let's go to the sideboard games here, and you have Ben's deck in front of you. So what do you think about this one?
All right, we got 2 more Diabolic Edicts, 2 Pyroblasts, 2 Surgicals, 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Flusterstorm, 1 K Command, 1 Liliana the Last Hope, 1 Engineered Explosives, 1 Pithing Needle, and a Spell Bomb.
Okay.
So I like the Kolaghan's Command for sure.
Yep.
Um,
Certainly in.
Pyroblast I think is super reasonable. Just to try to hit those true names.
Yep.
I don't know that I want more Diabolic Edicts.
I feel like I always want Diabolic Edict.
I like 1 copy, but if I go too many, I feel like, there's, especially since you showed me Snapcaster Mage, there's just like too many little things that it can hit.
Yeah, I feel like the most important card by a landslide in this matchup, other than Jace, but don't get me started, is True Nemesis. And I feel like you have to have the maximum of ways to get that off the table because it's honestly the only card that matters in the matchup. If it sticks, it's the only card that matters. So sure you might pay 2 mana and try and Edict and get a Snapcaster, but you're getting uphill. And he also has Ben also has Snapcasters of his own to snap back Edict.
Right.
And I think that's probably just the best.
Would you bring in all 3?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or bring in the other two to have all 3?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Fatal Pushes are probably clear cuts. They're okay against the Stoneforge Mystics and things like that. This is a matchup also where you cut like a lot of your Force of Wills and things like that.
Right, because it's just long and grindy.
Yeah, so.
Are you bringing in your Flusterstorms?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I agree with that.
I don't think so. I think the K-Command's probably a shoe-in. The
Liliana's
okay.
Engineered Explosives.
No.
Okay.
Engineered Explosives just does not do anything
mostly
for me.
For tokens, yeah.
And it's mostly wrathing your board as well if you get into True Name battle, so I don't think it's great.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see much else. Liliana the Last Hope doesn't kill much here, right?
Yeah, and this is also a matchup.
It is grindy though.
You're able to cut your green. You're able to cut a land down here too, so you can trim the tropical island as well. I've played a little bit with this 4-color deck, so there's some things that are weird, but you're able to trim that because you don't necessarily need the green source because you don't gaining life. Although it would have been nice that game, just doesn't truly matter in this matchup. So you're able to trim that and bring in more high impact cards.
So what's Matt gonna do in this side? Do you think?
So Matt has a pair of Hydroblast and a pair of Pyroblast, which is a cute split. 2 Surgicals, 3 Disenchants, 3 Containment Priests, 2 Flusterstorms, and an Engineer Explosives. There's not truly a lot that I love from here. The Pyroblasts are probably fine. Other than that, like the Surgicals are bad. Disenchant's not doing anything. Containment Priests, the Unearths are interesting. So Containment Priest is like pretty bad too. I've seen people bring in Containment Priest just as an extra beater though, because sometimes if you've ever played these kind of control versus control decks, the person with the last threat wins.
Sure.
So if you overload on threats,
right,
people boarding out Fatal Pushes or boarding out Lightning Bolt, you're able to attack them.
It also means you get to go like end of turn threat. They can't really afford to tap and answer it because you can just like untap and True Name or something.
It's very tough.
So
that's something.
That's one thing I really like about this blue-white deck is how much you just get to like, I'm going to put a turn 2 play on the field or on the stack that you need to deal with, and then you have to worry about me True Naming, the next day.
Yeah, there was a lot of times, just even in the modern format, where I would play like Delvermere's, and on turn 2, 100% of the time in post-board games, I would just play a Snapcaster Mage. And I would just say, okay, here you go, deal with this. You have to kill this, and you just play these kind of cat and mouse of, well, do I have to bolt this now, but you're going to die to Young Pyromancer, or you're going to die to Delver of Secrets. So you kind of like just jam these things at weird times at your opponent's end step and make them, you put the action on them. Are you doing something or not? Because if you aren't, that's fine. And then, like as you were alluding to, if they counter that or they want to kill it, then you get to just jam a True Nemesis or a Jace the Mind Sculptor, and the game just gets really out of control.
Yeah. So Matt has 2 Flusterstorms already in his main board.
Yeah.
Do you think he's bringing in the other 2? Is 4 too much? How much Flusterstorm is too much Flusterstorm?
It kind of depends. So we've talked about he has an Engineer Explosives and an Umazawa's Jit in the main deck. I don't know that those cards are very good here. They're okay. Umazawa's Jit gets it out of control really quickly.
I feel like you want Jit.
Okay, so if you leave that in, you're probably removing this Engineered Explosives is probably very bad. And maybe the Force of Wills come out. So maybe the Flusterstorms are just better. They're more efficient. 2 for 1 yourself in this matchup's real bad against the discard deck, that has K commands and it has Hymn to Torox. So I think the Flusterstorms are probably coming in just to kind of help out for those kind of matches.
Yeah. So okay, Flusterstorm and Pyroblast, I can get behind that.
I think so, and because I just think the Engineer Explosives is just too bad, and the Force of Wills are too inefficient.
I love that Hydroblast is like making a resurgence. You've seen it in Legacy before, and now like people are playing it because like this red prison deck has actually picked up in popularity.
Hydroblast is a funny card. It saw fringe play for a little while, and I think it's pretty. Legacy's a format where you're rewarded for playing a lot of like 1/2 X's in your. That's why you see the sideboard like completely full of 1 at times.
Yeah.
Because you have these cantrips like Brainstorm and Ponder, where you're going to find what you need. And I think that's why the games of Legacy are pretty enjoyable to watch, just because there's so much back and forth where your sideboard cards are impactful, but everybody's drawing them.
Right.
So it's nice to have that kind of.
Yeah. Sometimes in Standard, like you're both only playing with the top 20 cards of your library,
yep.
right? In Legacy, you really kind of see a lot of your deck.
Tons of manipulation going on. Yeah. Oh, Ben has. That's nice. He has the basic island, and Matt has a wasteland in his hand, so the island's going to be pretty important here. Yeah, Matt. These guys are going to pass back and forth for a little bit here. These games are going to get pretty grindy, I think, as we go on and we remove some of the garbage from our deck.
Here's hoping. So that's a swords.
He has the EE in his deck as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's thinking about this. I really love aggressively pyroblasting cantrips in these kind of matchups.
I agree. Especially...
He Flusterstormed it, too. That's really great.
Ooh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, I love it. I am a big fan, because if they miss the third land, then they're just going to die. Right. So this is great. Ben does have the third land, though, so we're going to keep playing. Man, Matt has a pair of Sword to Plowshares in his hand. That card seems like a tough sell for me.
To want,
yeah. It seems like a tough sell to keep in post board.
Yeah, I mean...
You need them for the Leovolds, probably.
I just hate, like, sorting them, giving through life, and drawing a card.
It doesn't feel great.
It doesn't. But it's one of your best answers to problems.
Yeah, Matt has a pair of EEs in his deck now. So he's brought the second one in.
That's kind of... Does he have a third color? He does have 2 Volcanics.
Yes, there's Volcanics, and he's splashing those for the Pyroblasts.
Oh, right, yeah.
I had to look this morning. I was like, "What are these? How are you guessing these Pyroblasts?" And I was like, "Oh, this is Legacy. You can play dual lands. It's great."
Yeah. You only take one of them when you fetch.
Wow.
There's Leovold.
Leovold. This card is really strong. It just does kind of everything you could ever want. It also makes Wasteland really awkward.
Yes. Yes, and like Matt has to deal with this card. So here's the question: you have both of these swords in your hand.
Okay.
And we assume that Ben has True Name in his deck, right? We would assume that.
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you pyroblasting this, or are you letting it resolve in swords again?
Well, here we are again. We're the same question. We're just, how important is this threat overall? And if you assume Ben has nothing, then doing this is fine.
Okay, Matt does have a counterspell in his hand.
Okay.
So that might be why he chose to. Oh, he also has a Snapcaster Mage. So yeah, he's got a very good defensive hand here.
Yeah, so it's pretty tough, and I like Matt here just kind of like, being a little reserved and just waiting around.
Yeah, so he's kind of turned into a little bit of a control deck post board.
Yeah, that's why these games get super grindy. And we're just playing the land go game here.
Because he did bring in a second EE here.
Yep. Yeah, this one's wild. I don't know what Ben has. It looks like he has an Abrupt Decay maybe. TNN. Trina Nemesis pretty good here. Yeah, I like the Snapcaster here. Yeah, and then we're going to probably Pyroblast this one back. It looks like Ben has a Toxic Deluge in hand.
It does indeed look like he has it.
It's pretty good. Yeah, and I like, even if Ben has a Counterspell here, I don't think you want to fight here because you just don't want Jace to happen if you have one.
Right. Council's Judgment. He's got 3 answers in his hand to a True Name Nemesis right now.
Matt's in very good shape. He does have these awkward pair of Sword Splashers, but he has Brainstorm.
Yeah, that's true. And he does have the fetch land. Yep.
Alright, looks like we might just be jamming the Jays.
Well, if the Pyroblast resolved...
Yeah, you would assume.
Now, Ben could have his own Pyroblast.
That's true.
Which wouldn't hit other Pyroblasts.
I kind of like just getting aggressive here and just saying, alright, here goes. If you got it, you got it. Because Matt's pretty insulated against everything else that Ben can do here. It looks like that is Abrupt Decay.
Abrupt Decay, yeah.
And a Lightning Bolt, I think, is the other card.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Might be Lightning Bolt. Yeah, so what's Matt going to do here?
So if he brainstorms...
Yeah, say if he brainstorms...
He just immediately Fate Seals. Yeah. I like it.
That looked like a true nemesis that Matt's
putting
on the bottom. Yeah, it looked like
it. Oh, no.
You're supposed to
Not that he cares too much. He's got plenty of answers.
Yeah. That was pretty classic. All right, well, the onus is on Ben again here to do something, so he's just going to pass back. Wow, that's not good. And Matt's going to hit his land drop as well.
Ben's body language definitely looks...
Yeah, Ben's in a lot of...
How am I taking care of this right now?
Yeah, Ben's in a lot of trouble here, and Matt's just in really great shape again. Going to come on in with this Snapcaster Mage. And put Ben down to 16. Matt's at 18, pretty healthy with Jason play, and he's just going for it here. This is a great, really well played here.
Yeah, he's had some live draws. The brainstorm definitely helped him a lot. There's a little debate in chat on whether Leovold should have been blue.
Leovold just shouldn't have been printed.
What if Leovold was Jund colors and said you discard a card when you target instead of I draw a card?
He'd be unplayable.
Okay, interesting.
I think he'd just be unplayable. Like the Jund colors, just I don't think there's a real tax for discarding cards. I mean, people are playing Force of Will, for goodness sakes, in this format. So, yeah. I mean, it's a 3-mana 4/4 at the end of the day.
So what if it would probably need like Reality Smasher ability where they need to discard something else in order to target it.
Probably, yeah.
So it looks like Toxic Deluge coming down for 2.
I'm going to go down to 14 here. Yeah, we're going to try and clean these up.
And Matt got Batterskull with his Stoneforge.
Yep. Matt just has so many cards. We're about a couple minutes away from my rant here.
Yeah.
A couple minutes away.
Yep, here we go. This Jace is just
Matt's drawn 6 cards.
Completely take over the game.
And Matt just drew 3 lands. But, like, guess what? Doesn't matter. We get fetch lands.
Yes. Yeah, fetch lands is really what makes Jace insane, right?
It is. And we're gonna, like I said, we're going to get to that. I'm trying very hard to be restrained on this card, but Ben's just buried at this point, right? I think Matt has a full grip. Yeah, he has 7 cards again.
He's got a Jit and a Batterskull.
Yeah. He's drawing 3 more cards, 3 more lands. But guess what? Has another fetch land.
So he will have to draw one of those, unless he has like a Ponder, but I don't think he does. Does he play Ponder? No.
No. So, here we go. Yeah, this is not great. So is this the Lightning Bolt I thought it was? Ben just going to wait. Ben draw. This looks like a Diabolic Edict, maybe. Yeah, and Ben just like really up against it. He hasn't drawn any threats minus the 1 True Nemesis.
He needs a Reb or something to take out this Jace.
Yeah, the Jace has to come off.
And hope it resolves.
Yeah.
Which at this point, like, you have to be feeling like your spells aren't resolving.
Yeah, because I mean Matt has drawn maybe 11 cards, and that has to be the nail in the coffin. Matt's just going to keep brainstorming, but I'd probably be pushing mine up at this point.
Yeah, I would too, I think. I was a little surprised on that play. Like, his hand already seemed insanely strong.
Yeah.
Just as a threat on its own. He did find a true name, though.
He has a true name, he has a counterspell, and a Pyroblast in hand, so, like, Matt's in really great shape. Yeah, so he can waste Ben now and kind of constrict him off mana, and then
take out our red source.
Just take out the red source. You're gonna bolt the Jace down. Yep. And then yeah, Matt's basically has free reign to jam this Trina Nemesis at this point. Yep, and here comes the Trina Nemesis. And if Ben's not fighting back, this is really bad.
Counterspell
looks like a Diabolic Edict is the play here.
Yep.
And Matt has just everything. Yeah, that's not great. What do we got back? Maybe Ben's fighting back a little bit here. The problem is this Jace is just unchecked at this point.
Right. I think Matt also has a Reb in his hand. So
he has a Pyroblast.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, this game was pretty close. The Ben's turn where he got, I believe he got, did he get Force of Willed for the? No, he got Pyroblasted on the Trina Nemesis. Was that what happened?
Yeah, he also got Flusterstormed on his Brainstorm in the earth
Brainstorm?
turn, so his hand might have been a little weak, and that
Yeah.
probably just kind of sealed it.
Yeah, I think Flusterstorming the and just like elemental blasting the cantrips early is a big way to win these post board games, is to use them aggressively.
Oh, he just fetched.
Found a Spell Pierce, it looks like. All right, we might be able to get back in this one.
What do we got coming?
Is that a Culligan's Command? It was a Culligan's Command. So now, maybe Matt's not in a great spot anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, we're going to get back the True Name Nemesis.
Kill Jace, return True Name.
Okay.
Alright.
Fighting back.
But Ben's life total's lower. So
yes,
even if he lands a True Name, he's still losing the race.
Yeah, the race is certainly not great here for Ben. Let's see what Matt decides
Matt
to
is
do.
at 16. He fetched last turn.
He fetched, you're right. Yep. Down to 16.
Shit. Oh, that has to feel awful after just using your K command.
It's an Abrupt Decay. It's not all bad, I think.
Okay. Interesting question. Do you Spell Pierce this to get Matt to use his 2 mana so that you hope to rip like an Edict or a Snapcaster Mage?
I don't think so. I think you have to try and hit another Edict here of your own and try and Spell Pierce back. Okay. I don't know. It's very tough. I think it's pretty close, but I think I'm trying to hit. There's more Edicts in your deck. There's probably 4 Edicts in your deck at this point.
Ben is off red, right? He just has that 1 Swamp for black.
Yeah,
and 2 Trops. Ugh.
Yeah, he hit a Delta, but it just doesn't do anything at this point. So yeah, this is...
Matt feels heavily favored.
Oh yeah, Garen. Yeah. Here's the Abrupt Decay.
Abrupt Decay on the Jit.
He's gonna shoot him.
Yep. I'll gain life.
Oh,
right?
he's gonna go to 20.
Yeah. Can't shoot your opponent.
I wish.
That would be nice.
That card would be banned.
It would be banned, yeah.
So 20 to 10 here. Drew the Batter's Call. Yeah, Ben's really up against it. I don't know if there's a series of cards he can rip here to get rid of these, to beat this. That's a Spell Pierce. I mean, maybe now you Spell Pierce.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to.
Yeah, and you just got to try and hope it's good enough. Because you got to try and get this off the table, or keep it from getting on the table so you can hit an Edict, basically.
I mean, when you're basically playing Control Mirror and your opponent has drawn 7 more cards than you or whatever, and gotten an amazing card selection,
yep.
I just feel like it would feel miserable.
What's the best card we can hit here? It's not an Underground Sea.
Deluge, another Deluge, but he only has the 1 copy. He'd go to 2 off a Deluge.
Yeah, and this game's over because we have
Council's
Judgment in hand. Yep. And a Jace. Because why not? Yeah, so Matt looks like he's about to seal it up here. Ben has 1 card left. Yeah, and Ben's going to scoop him up.
There it is.
Looks like Matt's going to go ahead and win this one 2-0. We're going to come back to the booth here and just kind of go over that one. That was close. I feel like Ben got punished in game 1 for the sequencing of his counter spells, which kind of led to the True Name Nemesis beatdown. I think game 2, like the Jace just...
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what we talked about. Matt's deck very much is just going to go threat, and on curve. And he didn't even have that draw we saw. It was very reactive. Took out a key cantrip.
Yep.
Took out the True Name from Ben, and Ben was just drawing basically off the top of his deck. And, and, you know, he's only got the 7 cantrips. And you just didn't hit any.
Yeah, he felt like from the very beginning of that game, when the Brainstorm got Flusterstormed, that he was just on the back foot completely after that. And that's just kind of like how these mirror type, the control versus control decks are going to go, is if you don't, your cantrips don't resolve or they're bad, you're in tough shape the whole way.
Well, and Ben had like the kind of True Name answer hand, right? He had like the Diabolic Edict already in his hand. Yep. He was ready, but he just couldn't answer the Jace.
Yeah, the Jace really took over.
Yep.
So, all right, well, I'm going to try and find a feature match if you want to entertain the masses again. Cool. I'm going to see. I think we have about 16 minutes left in round, so
let's stop recording for this round.
Yeah. All right, I'll be back.